In today's video, we are taking a look at sidewalk chalk. How do you make it? What is it made of? And what are the most creative ways we can find to destroy it?
Guys, we've got a great announcement for you. We're going to be at CVX Live September 20th through 21st. That's in Provo, Utah. It should be a really good time. CVX is a creators, thank you. It's creators and YouTubers convention. I've been to a couple of them. They're a lot of fun. Come meet us, say hi. We'll be doing stuff on both days. Definitely worth checking out. Come on down.
20th, 21st, we want to see you there.
We've got a box of sidewalk chalk here, just your standard 128-piece set.
Standard?
Standard.
We had different
apparently.
childhoods.
Okay, I guess I never got a box this size now. But Amazon is a thing at this point, and it's great. And I was kind of surprised how it ships just in this box. This was it. This is the box, how it arrived.
Here's the basic idea. We have a lot of commercially made sidewalk chalk, and we have some of our own homemade sidewalk chalk. We want to see how this stuff reacts to being boiled, dipped in acid, and put in our foundry.
Lots of things we want to try. Let's get down to it. We've got a pot of water boiling on our desktop already. So I think we should grab a piece of chalk, throw it in boiling water, and see what it does. All right, this is hot, but it just needs to get back up to a full boil before we put the chalk in, I think.
So we were actually planning on, working today. Unfortunately for us, we forgot that we like to draw, and we suddenly have a very large canvas available.
One piece of yellowy, orange, maybe goldenrod chalk into boiling water. Here goes. Seems to absorb the water pretty quickly.
You have framed your beautiful Bob Ross.
Our boiling chalk is still going, and I think we should just probably leave it in there for a bit. It is getting very soft just by hitting it with my fingernail there, I could feel. But
yeah, okay.
I think maybe while we're continuing to let that go, and now that our table is so nicely decorated, we should maybe try out a couple other things. Do we want to do acids? Muriatic acid. This is stuff that is used for cleaning concrete. We're just going to try pouring some of this off. A little bit of bubbling. Might be about the same as if it were in water. Might be more.
Ha! Our other chalk is squishy.
That's quite soft. Well, here I've got some liquid nitrogen.
All right. What do you think this is going to do to a piece of chalk?
I think it's going to make it cold. I think that's about the end of it.
Probably. Will it soak it up? That's the only part I'm really curious about.
I bet it does.
Because, yeah, it'll be cold, obviously.
Soaks it up, and then it boils away very quickly, but yes, it is soaking it up.
That's really cool. You drop chalk from hip height and it's gone, so there you go. It's fragile stuff, but I'm very curious to know if it's gonna break differently after being in liquid nitrogen. 3, 2, 1. Okay, well.
It's not all the way through.
It isn't. Interesting, it did not soak it all the way through yet. We're gonna go ahead and put those back in for a little bit longer.
All right, and there is one other thing that I want to test. It might take a little time. This is a crucible. We put it in our foundry. We're gonna see what happens if we just cook a lot of chalk. As our chalk is heating up, it's starting to lose some of its color. The color is not heat proof. That looks neat, actually. That explodes out and carries little bits of chalk dust with it.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, now compare it to a regular kit.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
It's just got liquid nitrogen in it.
We made cold chalk. All right, so we've got chalk in liquid nitrogen, in acid, boiling in water, and in our foundry. So while we're destroying it, we're also gonna show you how easy it is to make this. If you ever just want some sidewalk chalk to play with at home, you can see that we made a mess of our workbench in just a couple of minutes just playing with it. It's fun stuff to have for the summer. It's very easy. All you need is some plaster of Paris, tempera paint, and water. Like, that's really it, guys. The recipe is so simple. It's 1/3 cups water, 2/3 cups plaster of Paris, and about 2 tablespoons of whatever color tempera paint you're using. So I've got about 1/3 cup of water in each one of these little paper cups. I'm gonna mix in about 2 tablespoons of tempera paint and then mix in about 2/3 cups of plaster of Paris. It's gonna harden very, very quickly. We're gonna put them in some molds, pop them out. It'll be ready to use in about 10 minutes. It's very nice.
Our water has boiled away completely, so now we just have this piece of chalk left. I'm just gonna tip it out onto the table because I suspect it's way too hot. There we go, before and after. Smush. Ow, yep, it's very hot because, you know, full of boiling water. Smushable chalk. This is also interesting. Our chalk in the muriatic acid has just absorbed the acid all the way up the stick of chalk, up to the very top. There's more of this chalk out of the acid than in it, but it still just managed to travel really well.
Are there cleaner ways to do this? Yes, I chose not to do them. More plaster is better than less.
No longer pourable. Our chalk that's been soaking in the muriatic acid, which is diluted hydrochloric acid. It's not really much more fragile or compressible than the chalk that was in the boiling water. Seems about the same. It's softer, but really only in the same way that wet chalk is softer. And it did seem to react a little bit with the stuff that was actually in the acid, but not violently, not a lot. Not a huge change has happened. This is the stuff that was in the nitric acid. Sort of getting the same result. It's a little bit softer as a result of being wet, but the acid doesn't seem to have eaten it very much. I think this has been cooking for long enough. I think I see some glowing orange chalk in there.
Glowing chalk, now that is cool. Well, it's so warm that some of it's actually just broken. Some of it's just fallen into the bottom of the foundry.
Yeah, but look at it down there. It's glowing orange. That's super cool.
That's just glowing chalk.
Well, I tried to pull a stick out and I just pulled the top right off of that.
This is going well.
Very weak.
Hey, that one still has some color in it.
Well, it has gray in it. I think they all have gray in them. Yeah, it doesn't work so well. I'm gonna get a cup of water and drop a hot piece of chalk into it.
Oh!
Gone.
That was really cool.
This is basically what happens to investment plaster. When you're casting metal in plaster, it gets cooked and then it gets to this point where you put it in water and it just dissolves away, leaving behind the metal.
This chalk could also be made out of a type of plaster. Ours is.
Oh, I suspect it is. Cool effect if you want something to look like acid. Very, very violent acid.
Oh my gosh.
That wasn't the piece.
I saw that.
Just drilling right through it as it reacts to the water.
It's been a couple of days.
We've let our chalk cure as much as we think is necessary and probably a little bit more. So we've got the sidewalk chalk that we made from plaster and paint, and we also have the chalk that we cooked in a foundry, which has now cooled down a bit, and we can see if it still works at all. I think you might be able to draw something, but I also think that it's so soft and weak that it's gonna mostly crumble to bits.
Yep. Not just soft, it weighs nothing. It's amazing. But I mean,
I'm sure you can still draw
just trying to hold it in my hand, yeah, it's breaking. Okay.
You have to, oh boy, you have to draw very, very gently.
Very lightly.
This is
no.
basically drawing with ash here.
Oh no, okay, oh.
Falls apart so much. Blue Lego Man chalk. Ooh, look at Blue Lego Man.
Oh, he turned out nice.
Oh, that works great. It feels exactly the same, like the texture as it's scratching away.
Sounds right.
Sounds just right.
So my two favorites that I had here were Yoda and R2-D2. Let's see how those turned out. Well.
Oh no.
Yoda wasn't dry.
Not cured all the way through.
No, yeah. Well, it's a silicone mold. Normally when you're making this, you put it in just like maybe a toilet paper tube or something that's cardboard
That's
and
true.
it dries out.
Even the Lego guy, like you can sort of see that the back is completely cured and the front, I think, has just a little bit too much moisture. And it could be that the paint sort of settled down, and where there's too much paint, it was holding a lot of moisture. So.
And you made yours, so this is the one that Nate made, and mine were more of like a slurry. Nate's was pretty much a paste when he added his in. So yours definitely turned out better. So that gives me hope for my R2-D2. Lots of bubbles because it was so dry.
Yeah.
You can still tell what he is. Darth Vader turned out nice.
Stormtrooper orange.
Oh, there's a good R2-D2. Haha! Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
That
yeah,
one's
the red one
perfect.
worked pretty well.
Yeah, you can still see where he's drying. But that is a piece of Yoda chalk.
So ideally, yeah, we should give these a little bit more time to cure out of the molds.
Guys, that's not all. You know we've always got more for you to see. Hit that box up at the top for our most recent video, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.